Morning! Welcome to the Joey Show. I'm Joey Avery. Incredible episode for you today, and we have a guest. For the first time in a while, I am joined by my comedian friend, Che Durena. Very funny comedian and has a few particular interests. So we talk a lot about his life, but we do some news stories, kind of considering him our sex correspondent, our Canada correspondent. So we talk about the Fox Sports sex scandal that's going on. We talk about Trump threatening to make Canada the 51st state, get a Canadian perspective on that, talk a little bit about politics, and then also some interesting things that he's gone through in his life that have helped make him a better, more evolved person. Maybe that'll be topical for you this fine month of January. When we're all trying to be a little bit better. But it's a super fun interview. I hope you enjoy it. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment, whatever we need to get out of this algorithmic dungeon. And of course, come see me live. Tons of new dates for 2025 are up, joeyavery.com/live. But without further ado, here's my interview with Che Durena.
Dude, a good old-fashioned penis game?
The good old-fashioned game of penis for the boys. I feel like you and I were probably both big penis game guys.
I like the penis game. Penis game is good. You go into a mall. We would like to go to, there was an Asian mall close to our place.
A lot of them are, yeah.
Yeah, so it was like the Chinese mall. And so when you're doing penis game in there, we're like, is it just people shouting?
They're like, I feel like that was in my native tongue.
Yeah.
Would you ever put some spin on it and see if maybe they would understand better if you did it in their dialect?
I don't think we ever did a dialect change.
That's good.
But they would just, I just liked how they would just look at like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Where I think if you do it in like a white mall, then the people go like they kind of cover their kids.
You'd get shot.
Yeah. They're like, how dare, oh my God.
Penis.
Hey, stop that. Stop what you're doing. Where at like you go to the Chinese mall and they would just be like, they would just look at you as they walk by like, wow, these people are unwell.
Yeah, this is an interesting game. I feel like it would be fun to just scroll through photos of dudes and figure out whether they were penis game aficionados. I feel like I could guess that at 99%.
Yeah.
And you and I are right. By the way, welcome to the Joey Show. I'm Joey. We have Che Durena in the house, everybody.
How are we doing?
There are a lot of times when it's just me on this podcast, I cover politics.
Yes.
And I cover the important stories of the day.
Yeah.
And there were some big sex stories and some big Canada stories this week.
Let's
so
go.
I kind of thought we have a sex correspondent. We have a Canada. You're one of the horniest guys online. You're a penis game aficionado.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to ask out of the gate, are you a sports guy?
UFC specifically. Okay. That's my sports realm. I keep up with NFL kind of, but that's about it. Yeah.
Now, have you ever found yourself dabbling in the sports commentary space, watching like a First Take? Is it ESPN, Fox Sports?
Oh, well, I know about what's going on.
Okay. You saw exactly where I was leading that train.
Yeah, we got Joy Taylor, we got Skip Bayless, we
Yeah,
got a lot.
Yeah. I have found, and I'll give a brief background on the story, but for some reason, I am just as interested in like gossip about sports media or even gossip about sports than I am in the sport. If you like football, I understand a decent bit. I played hockey, I played baseball, but if it's NBA, I'd probably rather hear about some internal team drama than whether like running the zone defense was a good move in a particular matchup.
100%.
Like I'd rather hear that Kevin Durant had been sexting, Booker's girl or something like that. Like, I'm kind of a trashy gossip host.
The trashy gossip is good, but then I'm like, what's this affecting the team morale?
Yeah.
This is a mental game.
It's a mental game, dude. Yeah,
dude.
It's a game of inches, and he's got a few.
Yeah. Wasn't there some dude who like banged someone's mom or something like that?
That story is about LeBron James' mom.
LeBron James' mom?
And the man in question is Delonte West.
Bang LeBron James' mom.
That is what the streets are saying.
That like if you know someone's fucking your mom, it's gotta fuck up your game.
That's the queen, dude.
Yeah.
He fucked the queen.
Yeah.
That's some Game of Thrones shit. You fucked the king's mom? LeBron as he is wont to do, did have the last laugh. Delonte West is now like homeless.
Oh, really?
Yes, he is. But he also had like a crazy McDonald's freestyle.
What?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to see if I can find this. Yeah, this dude has like a great McDonald's freestyle, but now I do believe he's homeless. But, you know, if you're homeless, you better like McDonald's because that's what you're going to be getting potentially.
That's what you get your hands on.
And trust me, I would know at the streets we're on, there's a McDonald's out there on Delancey that...
that's a sketchy one.
That's a
sure.
sketchy one, dude.
Yeah,
like when I first moved here, people were like, hey, don't go there at night. You're going to die. And I was like,
go
you
there.
think I go to McDonald's? I ordered blacked out from my house like a gentleman.
Yeah, dude, the McDonald's comes to me.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Exactly. We're all kings now.
One thing that pisses me off about ordering
KFC
McDonald's.
freestyle.
Oh, you were off by a few.
Oh.
Yeah, man. My cousin, man, he working at KFC, but he holding it down, dog.
This dude fucked LeBron's mom.
Okay.
Yeah, he told me he got 18.
How did he end up homeless?
On the chicken.
18.
And this nigga said okay. The next time a nigga say,
You know what? We should do one of them like Sonic commercials right
They're
now.
just filming?
KFC jump.
For no reason.
15 years ago.
KFC Sonic Jump?
I'm a little worried about the length of this video. We're not watching 7 minutes.
No, 7 minutes a little too much.
Real. What kind of juice is that, brother?
Oh.
Raspberry. Man,
Raspberry.
listen, man.
Raspberry.
So is this guy a basketball player?
Yeah, he played for the Cavs.
Okay.
It is kind of a banging. It's a nice beat.
Shit. We sitting in the KFC parking lot. Man, I just spent a fat knot. About $47.
How many views is this?
A million.
KFC.
15 years ago. Yeah, we don't have to go through, but there's a whole... There's a point where he talks about McDonald's. I just remember watching this in college.
Yeah.
And we were like, that's fucking sick.
Yeah,
because he's like, he says something like, go to Mickey D's, get burgers with cheese. And we're like, ah! He's him.
He's him.
So that theoretically, that dude fucked LeBron's mom. We don't know for sure.
But LeBron used his witchcraft and money and fame to be like, well, your life is ruined now.
Yeah. And now he's homeless. But he had a nice run, and I feel like that's what it's about sometimes. Now, sometimes you just gotta have it. It doesn't end well for any of us.
Sometimes you just have to have a nice
You
run.
gotta have a nice. I want one. I want a nice run, dude. Sometimes you just gotta anything can happen. Like the world is becoming increasingly unstable. We're living. I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, we're living in New York. There's terrorist attacks going on this year.
Yeah.
You know, that's a little scary. But I was also high, and I was watching Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen it yet, believe it or not.
Wow.
I hadn't seen all of them yet, much to my wife's dismay because she loves them. But we've been watching them, and I was just baked watching Lord of the Rings, and I was like, you know, if some shit goes down, I'm glad I got to see this. I'm glad I got to see this. You know?
It is. It's a good one. It's a good one.
I've gotten to experience some of the finer things in life. I think I've got a few good runs left in me.
Yeah.
But God forbid something were to happen. If I really run the numbers and I look back on a lot of the stuff that I've already done, I'd be like, not a bad one.
Not a bad one.
Not
Pretty
a bad
good
one already.
Yeah. Okay, we got to get on target here.
We got to get on target.
We got to talk about Joy Taylor's peanut butter skin.
Yeah. So for those of you who aren't super deep in the world of sports, Fox Sports, there's a civil suit that came out from a hairdresser.
Yes.
And the fun thing about a civil suit is you don't have to prove things that are, legal defense.
Yeah.
You can just kind of throw a bunch of things out there and see how much money you get.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's not true. It could well be. But allegations went through the entire Fox Sports landscape.
Yes.
So some of the fun ones, she alleged that Skip Bayless offered her $1.5 million to smash.
Yeah, crazy. And what people don't know.
Sex is not that good.
No, 1.5 mil to smash,
that's
dude.
not.
Did you hear about what he said in the transcript? So apparently she was like, "Don't you have a wife?" And he was like, "Aren't you Muslim?" Like
Unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal
He was
comeback.
Like, can't you have like 4 wives?
He goes, yeah, aren't you Muslim? Crazy like so again, obviously, it's a decent swing. It's not very nice, but imagine saying that in the context of trying to fuck. Like you're trying to you're like, I want to impress this person.
Yeah.
And she goes, "You're married," and you go, "Aren't you Muslim though?"
4 wives, baby. When I get to heaven, you're going to be one of my 72.
What if I give her a special vest? I mean, what is he going to say? He said that. So then he said, "Didn't your dad have like 4 or 5?"
Yeah.
And then she said, "My father died." And apparently he got upset and left the room.
Yeah. Dude, huge fumble by Skip. The worst wheel.
Skip!
The worst wheel.
I just want to envision Shannon Sharp talking to Skip Bayless. Now, Skip, that's not how you try to fuck a woman. Now, Skip, you think I fucked Joy Taylor by doing that, Skip?
They play just his sex tape. Oh, my Michelle.
My Michelle. Shannon's been getting it, Ed.
Oh, yeah, he's been getting it big time. You think you fucked Joy Taylor?
It said that.
Oh, it said that Shannon Sharp fucked her?
I don't know. Actually, that didn't make, I don't know. I thought I saw that somewhere, but I don't know. It feels like he did.
That one dude who...
Emmanuel Acho,
yeah,
definitely.
Acho is locked in.
Did you see the video of him outside of her apartment?
No.
Okay.
Oh, wait, when he's in the car?
Yeah. They're claiming this was outside of her apartment, and I hope that I timestamped this to the right part, but...
Let's see.
He's giving some kind words. Well, I guess we should give more. I should slow down here. So, Skip apparently tried to bang this hairdresser.
Yes.
Allegedly. We don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith went on his program and said, "I've known Skip forever, and that feels out of character."
Okay.
I was like, that doesn't prove anything,
Nope.
but thank you for submitting.
Yeah.
It could be true, though. The one thing he said that actually made sense to me is he was like, "The Skip I know does not spend money easily." He was like, "I find it hard to believe he's parting with $1.5 million.
I like that. The Skip I know. Dude, this guy's frugal.
That's the most
Super
I've been
frugal.
like, this woman is lying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Skip was apparently inappropriate to this lady. Mm-hmm. This lady who apparently got the job through Joy Taylor, who's one of the hosts on Fox Sports.
Yeah.
Was claiming that Joy Taylor was sleeping with a high-up Fox executive.
Yeah.
Then Emmanuel Acho, because she wanted to get on a show that he was tied to, which she is now on.
Yeah.
And basically, when the hairdresser said, "Hey, I don't know if you should be sleeping with these 2 men from Fox Sports because that guy will get mad and screw you," she said something to the effect of, "I have the power now because I can come out and fuck him as well." So credit to her. She's playing the game.
Yeah. Oh, she's playing the game big time. Yeah.
But it's funny because it pairs with her having a ton of statements being like, "I had to get there early. I had to work twice." Now that is true. Mm-hmm. She did have to work twice as hard, but she might have muddied the waters for women who were trying to work twice as hard in the traditional sense.
That's exactly what I said. It's like every chick in women's sports, that's always the claim is you sucked and fucked your way there. Yeah. There's no reason you're on this panel other than you're deep throating. And all the chicks who didn't, now they're just like, fuck!
Yeah, they're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, so they're set back 20 years because of this one.
Yeah, there's so many like fat, angry sports fans with like team logos as avatars typing tweets that are like so mean to women who have nothing to do with this as we speak.
Yes. Yeah.
Just like going at like Mina Kimes randomly while she's like talking about like if someone has a good safety. You don't know what you're talking about. You just fucked your way up.
Exactly.
And it's like, that is not true, except for the proven cases where it is.
Because how do you prove that someone fucked nobody? That's way harder to prove.
It's impossible. How can you prove that
they didn't fuck?
That's what Stephen A. should come on.
Yeah.
Everyone I know, everyone I know has fucked.
Yes.
So it would be in character for them to fuck.
For them to fuck, dude.
I can't imagine fucking someone at work
I just
be so awkward.
I guess when you get to a certain level, it's always like you're just trying to bang. But Skip Bayless, I didn't watch his show. Like, I saw clips, but he didn't seem like he was a horn dog. Like, I could see if this came about Shannon Sharpe, I'd be like, yeah. Like when the sex tape came out about Shannon Sharpe, I was like, yeah, duh.
Yeah, but that didn't feel weird because it was like, okay, he accidentally stayed, put on a live, but he's a single man having sex. That's fine.
Yeah.
I think this one's weird because it's a bunch of people at work to get positions, and also she was with a husband when she got the job, who then found out about the thing with the executive, and then I guess just demanded this like deposit on his wedding bag from the executive.
Oh, really?
That's what I saw.
Dude, he was like, fuck it, I don't care, I just want out this shit.
Yeah,
because didn't he go like to dinner? It was like him, his wife, Ancho or Acho or whatever, and then Ancho's girlfriend or wife or whatever, and then he in the dinner realized that they were fucking.
Oh, I didn't know, but I didn't hear this.
I don't know if it was in the dinner, but they all went out to dinner together, and it says then he found out, and he was like, fuck it. I wouldn't be surprised if he's at dinner, he's like, this is what the fuck's going on here.
Oh,
this
my
is weird.
God,
that's a bold move too.
It's
bold move, dude.
That's a fucking insane move.
Yeah,
all of this is insane, and like you have to be a sick fuck to specifically weaponize
the pussy. Pussy's sacred, guys.
Yeah, that is supposed to be. That's where I was born from, dude.
What is untainted? What's the last untainted sanctity?
Yeah.
Now pussy.
Yeah,
now
ladies,
go to work.
You need to. We get a lot of shit. Everyone's like, "Hey, keep your dick in your pants. Keep your box out of the office.
Keep it out of the office,
okay?
dude.
It's a sacred thing. We're all, going, it's an important thing.
You can tell, but have you worked in an office before?
Yes, I worked at 10 years. I've worked in
there's
offices.
Always people fucking in the office.
Every time.
Oh, yeah. I worked
every time.
in an office for about 2 years, and there was one chick who was fucking boys and girls in there. She was fucking everybody,
that's fucking
dude.
evil. That's witchcraft, dude. That should be outlawed.
She was fucking like crazy in that office. And then a couple people started dating. Everyone was sucking and fucking in there. And the crazy thing was no one was like
what
crazy
was it? Like
hot.
a fucking In-N-Out or like what
no,
was this?
I won't say what it is because it'll give it away.
What type of like within your life if you say
yeah, they would know.
Was it like a office building sort of like a white collar?
We would go into a place, you go into an office and work at a computer. Yeah. And people were fucking in there, dude. Oh, and here's another sloppy. This is not related to the office, but so this happened to my buddy. So my buddy has a friend he was banging this chick. He was like with this girl for a long time, and then he started cheating on her with this other chick and was banging her, and then convinced his girlfriend to have a threesome. And she was like, okay, yeah, I'll have a threesome. And then he brought the girl he was already banging to the threesome, but his girlfriend didn't know that they had fucked before. Isn't that insane?
That's fucked up.
So fucked up.
How do you live with yourself,
dude?
How do you not like look at yourself? I'm sure that he had a nice time.
Oh, he had a great time.
I'm sure that's
he
a nice
had a great time, dude. Yeah.
But not to quote Michael Jackson in a circumstance like this, but like, what's the man in the mirror have to say? At some point, you're standing there looking at you going, that is not good.
Well,
that's not who I should be.
Some people never give it up. Some people, like you're married.
Right.
You're locked in.
Right.
Some people just go like, well, I can kind of just do this forever. And they're right.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to, now this is going to get crazy. I was talking to a buddy about it. And he was saying, actually, it was fucking, do you know Dan Janine, right?
No, actually.
Okay, well, he was talking about how, like, taking a step towards, like, being with someone, like, committed to someone, is kind of like admitting that you're going to die. Because you're like, oh, am I going to spend the rest of my life with this person?
Yeah.
And when you're kind of floating in the space of, like, oh, there's always this new chick and you're always fucking around. I have a girlfriend for 2 years or 2 months or 2 weeks and it's a new one. And I'm like, whatever, I'm 50 and my girlfriend's 25. You're kind of always floating in the space of like, you're never facing that. You're not turning down the road of it will end. Even though you're going down the road, you're not paying attention to the signs.
Right. No,
Yeah.
I think that's exactly right. Now it can be, of course, maybe you haven't met the right person or you're blah, blah, blah. But like, what's fun about being single is there's always some new adventure waiting for you.
Yeah.
And so that's fun and exciting. But when there's no more what's next is death.
Yeah.
You say when you get married, it's basically like we kicking it till we fucking die.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
in the thing. Everyone has to say it.
Yeah.
And it is horrifying, and that's why it's like a kind of a part of growing up.
Yeah.
And so there is like a Peter Pan syndrome to just going like next.
No, for sure.
Because it's fun, it's easy. You don't have to get in too deep, and you can stay with the like. You can deal in just the like exciting, fun, weird, eccentric sides of people without having to commit to the totality of one person.
Which never like
can be horrifying.
Watching your wife have like diarrhea or something like that.
No,
or, like,
and
fucking like bringing her soup when she's sick.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, we're going out to nice restaurants, and the richer you are, the more you can sort of live that and not have to ever face the other side.
Yeah, you can just forever be a fuckboy.
Yeah.
And it's probably very fun.
Yeah.
But at some point you might be like,
Yeah.
I mean, you had a prolific career.
I had a.
You've been crushing.
My career went great, and then I was like, dude, good time to fucking hang.
You
up
hung
the
him
skates.
up.
I hung
You're
up
going
the
out.
skates,
You're like Jordan right now on the Bulls,
dude.
Hoping there's no Wizard season.
Oh, dude, I definitely had a Wizard season.
Expand on that.
No, there was like, I think it was like a couple of days on the road where I just hooked up with some girls where I was like, what the fuck am I even doing?
The man in the mirror, dude.
Yeah, the man in the
mirror.
mirror.
Woke up in Peoria, fucking Illinois, and you were just like, that's not you.
Dude, I literally had this talk with my friend. I think I did probably blow for the last time I'll ever do blow. I just recorded my special.
Yeah.
So it was like, we did the special, and it was like, oh, so great. And then we ended up there was some dude, we went out drinking, and then we ended up at this place at the late call. And there's this dude who's like, you want to bump? And then he's like, come back to my place. And I was like, all right, we'll go. And I said to my buddy, we're doing one bump, one beer, we're out. We get there.
Which is how cocaine works traditionally.
It was
in moderation.
It was the most disgusting apartment I've ever been in.
Yeah.
And I was like, we sit down, and then he like chopped up some lines, and he was like, I'm ordering Dial-A-Bottle, and there's two other dudes there too. And so he goes outside to get the booze, and we're like, we're out of here. We fucking did a bump, and we're like, we're fucking gone, dude. And I was like, never again. But you have those moments. There's a couple times where I bang some chicks, or you end up at some after party, you end up at a place, and you're like, I'm a fucking loser, dude.
Yeah, because it's like, it feels like you've done your job. You've done your work. You feel good. You feel accomplished. You're in a new city.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, let's have fun. Let's have a fucking thing. All right, well, these people are at the show. They seem cool.
Yeah.
And sometimes they are. And then sometimes you're just like it could even be as simple as like, hey, we're going to go to this bar. I've done that. Hey, we're going to be at this bar. And sometimes that's really fun. People come through, and it's just like kind of a vibe. You drink for free all night. That's fun. And then sometimes you do it and you're like, I should not publicly state where we're going to be, because now you're just with random fucking person. You're like, did I need that?
And I feel like I there's that fucking Wilt Chamberlain thing where he's like, I fucked whatever 20,000 women. I would have rather fucked one woman 20,000 times. But I'm like, it's because you did it.
Yeah.
It's because you did it.
There's a lot of guys who fucked one woman 20,000 times that are like, I don't know, Wilt.
Yeah. Like he can have that perspective because he didn't turn down orgies and all this stuff.
Right.
I lived a very debaucherous life for a long time.
Yeah.
So now I was like, I'm down to chill. And I've also never dated anyone long term. My longest relationship outside of high school is 6 months.
Wow.
So I'm like, yeah, let's do this side of life.
That's how old are you?
I'm 32.
Okay. Yeah, I'm 33. So we're same age. I have, aside from the like sexually debaucherous side, because I basically had one long-term girlfriend in high school, and then partway through college, I met my wife. And so it's been that's been what that is.
Yeah.
But thankfully, my wife and I like to have fun. And that sounds like a fucking, we're not swingers. But it's like I've been able to party. And I've been able to have that sort of debauch. And I still enjoy doing that from time to time.
Yeah.
But I am getting to the age where I'm just like, I still enjoy tying one on and getting fucked up and having a good time. But there are now times where I go, I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah,
right now.
exactly. Like, I still want to have fun. I still want to do like go to cool places and fucking fuck around with the boys and shit.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh no, I gotta pump the brakes on some stuff because it'll get sad.
It can get sad. Yeah.
Like for these dudes like Skip Bayless and shit, it doesn't get sad because you're a multi-millionaire, and every time you do it, you're like flying on a private jet and you're fucking.
But I don't think he doesn't party. So like
Yeah.
Stephen A was saying that like his main vice is like a diet Mountain Dew from time to time.
Oh,
like
yeah?
if you see Skip Bayless's body, he says he does like 3 hours of cardio every day. He looks
Yeah.
like a fucking skeleton. He's like a regimented, like successful, married, completely straight on guy who funneled all of his fun energy, allegedly. And this could all be false.
Who
for sure.
knows?
But he seems like a creep. And I think he funneled all of it into like every once in a while. Like it sounded like he was infatuated with this chick. And he was like, I love her.
Yeah,
I want her. I need to have
1.5
her."
million for pussy is crazy.
That's insane.
Crazy. There had to have been something wild.
And now she's trying to get that 1.5 without the pussy, which is a chess move.
It is a chess move, dude.
Okay, a little Queen's Gambit for the girl.
I know a few chicks out there. I know a few dudes out there that would do it for much less. 200K, easy.
Yeah, just fuck
Easy.
Skip Bayless.
Yeah, fuck Skip Bayless, 200K.
Yeah, why not?
Dude, buddy who's down on his luck who fuck LeBron's mom. You might fuck Skip Bayless now. That could
Yeah,
happen.
everybody's weird. You got
Yeah.
different things. It's like there's an energy that needs to go somewhere, I
Yes.
think. And so you need to get it out in good ways and find like good ways to express it, or like, find some fun.
Yeah.
Go out a little bit. Like Skip, have a beer.
Yeah.
Have a couple beers. Don't fuck the hairdresser.
Don't fuck the hairdresser, dude.
You know?
Yeah.
So you're in a relationship now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
After all, how long has this one been?
Not super long. This has been like 4 months, 5 months.
And do you
but-
feel like, has she had issues with you just having been prolific and having gotten used to a lifestyle? Does that make her insecure, or are you literally so like, I'm fucking done?
I don't think it makes her insecure. No,
That's
no.
great.
I think she's pretty chill. Like, I don't think I know. If we're very open with all her shit.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't imagine it bothering her at all.
Yeah, I think it is nice that you got it out. Like people have different ways of doing it.
Yeah,
you know. You got it out of the system.
Yeah.
For me, we just built a strong foundation over a lot of years.
Yeah. Well, my
The
buddy,
Patriot way.
do you know Andrew Packer? Have you met Andrew Packer?
No.
He's been with the same girl since college. It's the only girl he's ever been with. They've been together just the entire time. One
Yeah.
shot, fucking.
And there's a power to that, because you're just like, oh, this is something that you could never recreate in any other scenario. Like it's cool. You fucking know each other. You've already like grown, and you changed so much in, I guess, what am I? Yeah, I don't know, 12, 13 years.
Yeah.
Like you've been several different people during that time.
And it is like once you throw your dick around enough, like it's fun, and what I realized was in the moment it's like sugar, which is like, oh, you're getting this like dopamine and it's fucking whatever. There's so many nights where immediately after I was done, I was just like, I wish she would disappear.
Yeah.
I wish this chick would turn into just like fucking Cinderella, just poof.
That would be an interesting service, like Uber, but like emergencies that come to your hotel room.
What do you need? I gotta get this.
I need to get.
There's a soft 6 in here. I gotta get her out.
Yeah, that's actually a really good. That's a business idea.
Yeah.
Emergency phone call.
Yeah. Dude.
It's called post nut clarity, or
Yes.
it's called PNC emergencies.
PNC emergencies.
Okay, and it's just you. We could literally do this.
Yeah.
Just you and I in a just phone banking, and have the boys hit us up, and someone's just like, I got a fucking hard 4 in here.
Yeah.
I need you to get me out of here. And we just ring him up,
Get some
save the phone
balaclavas.
number as like dad
Yeah.
or mom maybe even
Mom,
better.
yeah.
And just be like, oh my God, no, I'll be right there.
Okay.
I got to go to the airport.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Sorry, I just got to pack up. A lot's going on. I got a family FaceTime, whatever.
Yeah. Can you just? I need you to get out. Like,
It's
I know
a fucking business, dude. See, that's the thing, because for the longest time, you were just having sex, but we didn't monetize it.
Yeah.
Now we need to use those experiences
to make
to
a
start
little
a
cash.
fucking business.
Make
dude.
a little cash, dude. Yeah, but I feel like how do we get on the PNC? I'm fucking lost now.
Oh, it's a good question. I mean, we started with Fox Sports, and now we're all the way here. And we were you were talking about how, like, at some point, like, yeah, you fuck a lot and it's great, but at some point you're just sitting there and you're just, it's like sugar.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it's like sugar. And then I was like, it's the other side of it is it's stories. Like, when you're not, like, you tell a fucking war story of I did this and this girl, and we went to this place and we ended up fucking, like, I don't know, I fucked a girl on a golf course once, or you fucked a girl in, like, this place.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's just stories.
Right.
And I'm like, you can still make great, hilarious, entertaining stories without any of those elements.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, yeah, when I was like, it broke it down to what its like substance was, I was like, oh, I don't even need this part of my life anymore. And a big part of it was I just worked. I don't think I should have dated prior to this, because I had a lot of shit on my side to work. I was insecure and fucking unstable and angry, and I just had to work through all that shit. And then I worked through that to the point where I felt very secure and comfortable, and I was like, I think I want to meet a person now.
Did you go to like therapy, or did you just figure it out?
I did a lot of meditation.
Just white knuckled it.
Just white knuckled it.
Yellow knuckled it.
I spend a lot of time just thinking. I would sit and just like think, like, what do I value in my life? Who am I as a person? I would do like I did some pretty heavy psychedelic trips that really like catapulted me.
Which ones did you use?
Mushrooms.
Yeah.
Mushrooms.
Yeah.
I had like one particular one that was like 6 grams, where that was the first moment of me feeling more secure and like acknowledging.
I would imagine the experience itself was insecure, but coming out of it, you were like,
It was wild. I had like a time, like near the end of the trip, I was like hugging myself and saying, I love you. Like I was like, literally like, you can love you. Like, it's okay. Like, you don't have to have this hate towards yourself.
Yeah.
And so that was the catalyst for me to be like, how do I get rid of all this shit in here? And then it took years of that. And after that, like just recently, like there was a couple of those fucking wizard seasons, and then I was like,
sometimes you got to shock yourself out of something.
Yeah, well, you just like, it's like smoking the whole pack or something.
Yeah, fucking the whole pack, dude.
Yeah.
Of wildebeest.
I was just like, this. Sorry, I didn't get that right away. The whole pack of wildebeest. That's great, dude.
Found a few drinking out of a puddle. It's so interesting how, and this is a way to like a positive way of thinking.
Yeah,
is like these negative experiences that with a certain mindset can spiral you the wrong direction, where you're like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I'm a piece of shit. I no wonder everything's bad. I deserve everything to be bad. Mm-hmm. Or you can reach the point that you did where you're like, I've done something. It doesn't feel good or right. Mm-hmm. So it's now taught me not to do that.
Yeah.
And now I'm in a good place.
Yeah.
And it was like, that simple. And instead of this, I've had this horrible experience. Why is it always me?
Yeah.
It was like, there's a reason. It's almost like this is why, did you grow up religious at all?
No.
So neither did I.
Yeah.
Which is where I think psychedelics play like a really helpful part, because they I mean, people who are actually religious will probably hate this. I don't fucking know the Bible, but it feels almost like walking through a museum of religious principles. Mm-hmm. It's like a first-person VR experience of like all the shit that stuff is trying to teach you.
Yeah.
Like, you might not be a God person, but then you have an experience and you're like, oh, it feels like everything happens for a reason. Maybe I was given this challenge to make me a better person. That's people saying like God only gives his toughest challenges to his strongest whatever.
Yeah.
And you'd even have to get fucked by a priest.
No. And I don't want to make it sound like I had some like, oh, I felt like so. No, it was just like, I just was like, I just felt like a bum. I was like, this is kind of fucking lame now, dude. Like, how long do you do this for? And so I was just like, yeah, let's just try a different side of life.
Yeah.
I know a big part of it was like, I haven't experienced this side of life, and it's a core part of most people's human experience. So I was like, let's do it. And then I got into it. I was like, oh, this rules.
Oh, this is actually kind of nice.
And it also, what changed, like part of what helped of going through the change of like feeling like confident and secure in myself was then when I was going on dates, I was dating differently. I'm not just like, oh, let's meet at a dive bar, have a couple drinks, and then go fuck.
Right.
So then I was like going on dates and being like, oh, like opening up to these people, get to know them. And then I started to understand why people say dating sucks. Because I'm like, oh yeah, you meet a lot of people that are kind of like 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Not like
No, like spiritually, emotionally.
Yeah. And
like, no, I promise you're hot. I hate you as a person.
Yeah, we don't vibe. There's no...
And that's maybe more what it is. It's not like you suck. It's just like...
The pieces aren't fitting together.
Yeah.
It's like my pieces don't fit with your pieces. And then I'm like, oh, I understand why this feels tedious now.
Because before it didn't matter because you were like speeding through piece fitting and just doing the two that you know fit.
Yeah, a girl can be like, I stabbed my ex-boyfriend. And I'd be like, crazy girl.
Amazing. Yeah. Bet she sucks a mean cock.
Yeah, like I don't
and she would. Yeah.
That stuff would just get all brushed away. And so then So then later, I would
it's
just
funny because it's an example, but I know that you've done shit close to that, which is why it's so funny.
Yeah. Oh, totally. There's been so many times, and it's not always like graphic. It's just they say something where you're like, "You're a fucking idiot."
Yeah.
Like,
wow. Oh, I hate you. Let's go. Fuck.
Let's go, dude.
Yeah. I hate you so much. Please face the wall.
Yeah. So then I just like when I started like trying to actually like match with someone, and I was like, oh, this is kind of work. But then I was like, well, I'm just gonna go on a bunch of dates, and then I went on a date with the girl who I'm seeing now, and it was just kind of like I was like, oh, this is really nice.
Yeah. That's a beautiful story.
Yeah, it was
you
good.
Fucked your way to the finish line. You beat the game, dude.
You can do it, guys.
Yeah. You are never gonna work your way up at Fox Sports, dude. You're out.
Yeah, I'm out.
I am still stuck on the story of your fucking friend.
Oh, yeah.
Bringing his side chick to a threesome. Now,
Crazy.
I just want to make a guess here.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and assume that he and his girlfriend are no longer together.
Yeah, I know that whole thing.
Yeah, that doesn't. Yeah. Because I think that's something you could only do if it wasn't the right thing. Mm-hmm. Like if you did that to someone that you actually cared about, you'd probably hate yourself. Now, is he single still?
I think so,
yeah. Still out there. Still
but that's like that's when you're still the pieces you're playing with. Like what I discovered early when I was whoring around was like I don't want to lie. And I don't want to date anyone, so I'm not going to kind of like date and cheat and do that. That's just like, that sucks.
Right.
Because it's way more work. It's all these moving pieces. I got to go out to like dinner with someone I don't really give a shit about them. Right. It's like, just fuck. If that's what you want, just fuck. But some people keep this.
Like, do the like weird dating just to fuck.
Yeah. But they have someone constant because they kind of want the best pieces of a relationship, but they don't. Right. And they want to fuck other people. Like when you get into that realm, I don't know. I was like, that just seems way like so much more work.
I love how it's laziness that kept you from that.
Yeah, no way, dude. There's one girl who I was banging for a bit who kept trying to like wheel me in different ways, but I've seen all the moves now.
Yeah.
Because I'm a nice enough guy that some girls would be like, I can fix them. And I'm like, oh, no, you're
you better be a mushroom.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's helped your like career and like comedy and any of that at all? Not that that's the most important thing.
It's
but
changed it big time. Like it changed what I'm talking about and changed what I'm pulling my comedy from. Which like
because your initial pop, I remember when I first saw you online, I was like, this is such a brilliant hack, this fucking piece of shit. Because you'd be scrolling and it's just like some girl's ass, and then your face pops up and you make a bunch of jokes. But I'm like, it's such a crazy engagement hook because you're just using the horny side of the entire internet. And then adding your own commentary.
Yeah.
And it crushed.
It was, it worked really well. And now I'm just like,
you were in tune with that side of the world, but now you're not as in tune with that.
I think I'm like,
I mean, dude, you're always like, you're a human being. Like, you can horn up when you need
but
to.
there's so many different ways to pull hooks and stuff on the internet. And it wasn't intentional. It's just like what I wanted to talk about. I thought there was so funny how much like horny content there was on the internet. And what I specifically found funny about the horny chick content was because of restrictions, they had to put this glaze of like normal content over it. Yeah. So it'd be like a chick in a bikini and she's like got huge fake tits and she's using like a table saw because she does construction. And I was like, what the fuck is this? That's hilarious.
You living in that house? Yeah. You want to live in that house? Like the fucking a wolf could blow that down.
Like these videos were so absurd that I was like, they're rich with comedy, man, and no one was really fucking with them. And like one of my favorite ones was this one girl. She got interviewed on this thing called the Bang Bus the Fan Bus. And they're like, what's your sexual fantasy? And she goes, my sexual fantasy is to be locked in a room with my boyfriend, his brother, his dad, his uncle, his granddad. And then it cuts to me, and I'm like, I'm shirtless, and I'm like, it's just nice that we can all get together like this. Like, that's the funny part of the thing, is the normal reaction is for
because everyone's going, where the fuck is this going?
Yeah.
And then, comedy punchline is a surprise.
Yes.
And so then it's like, you're like, what the fuck is this crazy chick? And then you're like, it's like you were like a dose of reality.
Yeah.
Coming back with one funny thing, and it's just like,
And that's the funny part of the thing. It's like, it's not that like the easy thing ever that all the comments are like, oh, this fucking for the streets, blah 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 blah. That's the what you didn't even come up with that. Someone said that and you absorbed that and you put that out there. The funny part of this is how hard it is to get that much family together for an event.
Right.
Like, dude, have you ever like organized Dungeons and Dragons? It's impossible.
It's impossible.
Dude. So like that, I was like, that's the funny part of this video, dude. But so I just found those videos so absurd and love to pull the absurdity from them, and just kind of naturally through what I like to joke about ended up in that lane.
Right. And so now you've moved out of that, you think?
Yeah, I'm like, I still, if I find something funny,
still fucking hilarious.
Yeah, like if I saw a video like that, I would be like, this is still funny. There's still something to pull out of it. But I'm doing like, I think I'm broadening more in everything that I talk about. And one thing that has helped a lot is doing my pod, fucking Dark Holes with Che Durena. Go check it out.
Check it out.
That is like so much riffing on it's like what's cooking right now. The whole concept of the pod is like, I pulled what I doom scrolled that week. I'm like, this is what I want to talk about. And it'll be like some weird fucking Russian dude who, like, I don't know, eats ice or something like that. Or there was like, what was a hot one recently? Or did you hear about this Typhlosion thing? Do you know what a Typhlosion is?
No, I have no idea what
so
that
there
is.
was a leak at Nintendo, and there was a bunch of like unreleased storylines for Pokemon that people pulled out. And one of them was a story about a Typhlosion that could shapeshift into a human and convinced a woman that she was a man, that he's a man, and then like had babies with her. And it was like Typhlosion's rapist. That was the big like headline around it.
They called it Typhlosion?
The Pokemon's called Typhlosion. Yeah.
So they did like a Ty Ladyboy arc?
Oh, I didn't think about it.
You didn't even think about that?
No.
The second you said Typhlosion and you were like, it can shapeshift, I was like, yeah, I bet it can. I bet it can shapeshift a ping pong out of its asshole. Dude, they did a fucking Thai ladyboy story?
No, it's supposed to be like how like Zeus would turn into a swan, but like in reverse. Like a Pokemon turns into a man kind of thing.
Yeah, so one of the executives came back from a retreat in Bangkok and was like, you will never believe the creatures I've seen, dude.
But that, like, I wrote so many bits about that, and I was like, it's just so that has strengthened my muscle in just like pulling anything.
It's fun. That's why this podcast a lot of times is solo, and it's fun because it's a lot of thoughts that are really fun to explore and interesting, but I would never like do them on stage because they're not like tight. Or like they won't make sense if you're just talking to a crowd. But when you can explain a story and then just like find what you think about it live, it's super fun.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, so it's just pulling comedy from all these different places. And I just recorded the hour, so now it's like starting the hour on like a new chapter.
And you had a victory bump.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, victory bump. Boom. Maybe the final bump.
The final bump.
The final bump.
Did you just feel like ass the next? I mean, I know you felt like a piece of shit because you were at a gross person's house, but also were you just like the coke hangover, you're like, I'm done?
Yeah, I think that's part of it.
So part of this, what's funny about this, because I a lot of parallels in my life. Part of this, I think, is getting older, becoming more mature, wanting to change. It's time to become a different person.
Yeah.
A lot of it's also being in your 30s and just physical toll.
Like
it's just the payment. Like if I felt like I was 23 forever, I'd probably be like, let's do Molly tonight. Like if I would just bounce back from everything that I wanted to do all the time, I probably wouldn't have to change any of my behaviors.
Well, but
you can't, at some point you're just like, I don't want to be fat. I don't want to feel like shit. I want to feel like I'm taking care of my career.
Yes.
And those are all things that are actually require having your shit together, as sad as it is to say, as a couple of penis game guys.
Yeah, dude. When I got to a certain point of just like the pussy becomes like very transactional to a certain point. Like you're on the road and there's some chick who like some
Just
chicks
wants a job at Fox Sports.
Yeah, some chick wants a job at Fox Sports,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Hey, can you hook it up?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I know,
Absolutely. I know Skip.
Yeah, I know. So I would like they would message me after the show and they'd be like, "Hey, like we're going out for a drink," and I would be like, "Oh, do you just want to come to the hotel room?" Like I was just very like I'm like,
Yeah, get her done.
But
you're being straightforward to your point.
Straightforward, and the thought process was either I get a good night's sleep and don't fuck.
Yeah.
I get a good night's sleep and fuck.
Right.
Those are the two options.
Right.
There's no
Very
go
pragmatic.
out.
Yeah.
I'm not going out drinking, staying up late, and then coming back, and then bad sleep fuck. Bad sleep fuck is not a.
See, this is where, because fuck is never on the table for me, a lot of times it's go out, rough sleep.
Yeah.
Because it's like, let's go. You know, you're in a new town. Let's go to a bar.
Yeah.
Whatever. If you're with an opener, I don't roll solo. But like
Yeah.
if you're with like somebody, like a friend or whatever you want to see, you go out. And so that's like, for me, that is like, because I feel like when you're done with a show, you kind of feel like you want something.
Yeah.
Because you're like, you've been kind of nervous about it all day. You get done. There's this huge kind of, I don't know if it's dopamine, some sort of rush you
have
get
a
from
big
fucking
rush.
doing
Yeah,
a
yeah.
show.
Yeah.
And then you get done and you're like, all right, where's my treat? And it could be a fucking ice cream cone.
Yeah.
It could be going to a bar. In your case,
Yeah.
it could be a smash. But it's hard sometimes to just go straight home and be like, I think I'll read a chapter and go to sleep.
What I do now, I have my
Food
laptop.
can be a good one, yeah.
Video games. That's like
Games.
But that's bad because you're staring at a screen like at fucking 2 a.m.
Yeah,
just
but it
clicking
is
the
a
brain.
nice little treat.
Oh, such
And
a
you're
good
at like
treat.
a fucking Hampton Inn outside of Minneapolis. You're like,
Yeah.
I need something.
Of all the I feel like I've cut back on a lot of my addictions.
Yeah.
Like I'm boozing way less. Like a lot of drugs are way out the window. Pussies pushed way back.
Yeah.
What
What a timely podcast for early January
Yeah.
when people still are pretending they're going to be different.
But fucking video games.
That's
Video
true.
games. That'll never get cut.
But
It'll
that's a
never get cut.
fine. That's a good one, and it does. And I don't game much. In fact, the last time I was into a game was when we met,
Yeah, dude.
and
yeah.
I was deep in my NC Dub phase.
Yes, dude. Yeah.
And my wife was out of town, so I was like, I'm gonna go home and I'm fucking playing in the Natty.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, you remember this.
And you were like, you're like, if I lose the national championship, I'll kill myself. That's what you said. You said, I'll kill myself. And then you sent me a fucking screenshot of you winning. I was like, oh, he lives another day. He lives another day, dude.
And that's why I don't game too much.
Yeah, you're like, a lot's on the line.
Dude. I've been fucking recruiting, dude. Yeah. So I won, and that was the last I really gamed because I won the Natty. And I had initially been the head coach at like Appalachia.
Yeah.
And then I got I did okay. I got the offensive coordinator at Florida State, built a nice program, won a Natty. And I was like, well, I'm going to get some good, solid national champ. I'm going to get some good head coaching offers. None,
dude.
And I was so pissed. I fucking simmed the whole next season. I was like, I already been to the mountaintop.
Yeah.
I'm not recruiting again. So I simmed the whole next season. I got worse offers.
Yeah.
And I simmed like 3 more seasons. I got nothing. I set the game down forever. I was like, how do you win a title
Yeah, how do you
as an OC
Yeah.
with a fucking air raid offense?
Yeah.
And you don't get one good head coaching job. I wanted to move somewhere nice.
Yeah.
Digitally.
Yeah. Digitally. Digitally.
That's why I don't play games too much. But there is a feeling that you get when you're playing video games.
I love it.
It's the same. It's honestly, it is similar to like boozing or whatever. There's kind of this like,
it's all the same.
There's like a little shit-eating like grin that's like, like you're having fun. And then you can do it. You stay up too late. It can ruin your sleep. It can either make you elated or it can make you angry.
Yeah,
You can get
yeah.
ornery playing
Oh,
games.
dude, my girlfriend heard me game for the first time. We were talking about
That's
how
tough.
I went to visit her like right after Christmas into New Year's.
Yeah.
And we were talking about we kind of did like all the sins. Like we were like really gluttonous and we were laying around.
Yeah.
We were being very prideful. Like she was being very prideful, like showing me around, being like, these are my friends and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was like, we didn't really do wrath. And she was like, "Oh no, when you're playing video games." So, when I was playing fucking Marvel Rivals, and she's getting ready to go out. I'm sitting on her couch naked playing Rivals, and all she hears is like, "You useless retards!" Like, I'm yelling. She's like, when you started calling them selfish, I was like, oh my God.
Selfish is somehow crazier than retard.
Because, okay.
You are so selfish.
I was like, selfish.
You're a bad person. You need to do some internal work before you hop on the sticks with me.
So it's justified though, dude. In Marvel Rivals, in the hero shooter style, you have 6 slots that everyone fills, and everyone's on the team together. The best composition for a team is you have 2 healers, 2 damage, 2 tanks. That's the best.
Yeah.
So when everyone's picking their character and fucking 2 damage are already taken, and then someone goes, I'm not gonna heal, I'm gonna play damage, you go, you're fucking selfish. You're fucking selfish. You piece of shit.
You need a fucking darkness retreat. You need therapy.
You need therapy.
You need ayahuasca, dude.
You don't care about anyone but yourself, and you never have not. So it's like,
so yeah, we did Wrath. We did Wrath. I didn't even think about how that's so funny. The holidays, it's supposed to be like the most sacred time of year, and it is without a doubt the most you accomplish all the sins.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like everybody. Everybody feels that way. That's why January is like the get right month.
Yeah.
And I think it's nice. I enjoy the kind of rebirthy quality to it. Like there's so many like mentality accounts that are like, I don't wait till fucking January. Yeah, I don't wait either. I'm always trying to be good, but January is a great excuse to be like, I'm a fucking fat piece of shit.
Yeah. And a lot of those accounts too, like there's some that I feel like are very legit, and it's like people who actually want you to have a better life, and they're focused on like spreading the word of health and fitness.
And
all
it
these
does
things.
help. And it does help to get little like daily dose packets of something that pushes you in a good direction. And a lot of times hating it exposes your own insecurity.
But some of those dudes,
some of them are pieces of shit.
They're just trying to scam you.
Yeah.
Like they learned like, anything that's pure, whatever is pure right now that you enjoy, someone will try to fucking taint it. Like it's like the internet was a place where you just posted funny videos and maybe you could make a brand for yourself and you could grow something. And then fucking, I don't know, some dudes who want you to buy a course and offer nothing to society.
Yeah.
They're like, buy my course or you're a pussy. And you're like, what's your qualifications? And they're like, I made some money in crypto and I used to commit fraud. And you're like, what the fuck, dude?
I was thinking about this a lot the other day because the algorithm does seem to reward a couple things. It can, and it has the ability to reward genuine quality.
Yeah.
And that is great when that happens. Things become popular because they're good. That does happen.
Yeah.
But it also tends to reward people who just are hyper fixated on like numbers and metrics and like sociopathic about figuring out how to trick people into just paying attention.
Yeah.
And have no fucking like introspection or artistic thought or anything, and are just like smart lunatic scammers who are dialed into one specific fucking thing.
And are just trying
it's
to
just
scam
metrics people that just like know how to fucking, this will work, and it fucking does.
Yeah,
and it's so depressing.
I think we're probably turning a corner on it too, because people are so savvy to rage bait now that they're just like, get it away from me. Like rage bait is like I don't know, you know, when you're scrolling a blog or something and there's ads, they did tests on people where if they'll show you like a landing page for a website and people won't even look at we
do get smart. We've like trained, everyone's becoming more internet savvy because you get a crash course in it every day. But it also feels like there's so many things that were like kind of fun that we've gotten too good at everything. So it's like, oh, do you like candy? And now like sugars and fucking everything, and everyone's like hopped up. And then it's like, was the internet a fun place to connect with people? Yes, but now everything's like TikTok algorithm. You're viral. It doesn't matter how many followers you have. It won't show your shit to people unless it's fucking crack. Yeah. Weed used to be like, hey, let's fucking chill out and like, you know, and now it's just like Frosty Nug, you have anxiety.
Yeah. But
everything's so much.
There'll just be a new thing that's pure, and you just have to chase the pure thing and then abandon the tainted thing. Yeah. You just kind of have to accept that like the internet isn't what it was, and that you have to be more responsible with using it.
Yes.
And that you just,
it's like food.
Yeah.
It's like realizing like, you can't just have a fucking lollipop every day and it's made with like decent and like you just got to like cut out candy. You still have a treat, but you got to cut shit out sometimes.
Exactly.
And I think people are doing that. I don't know. Do you track your like metrics closely? Cuz I'll tell you why I'm asking. I initially was like, fuck, am I posting shit that people hate cuz I was losing a ton of followers. But I just realized it's right around January 1st.
Oh, yeah.
A bunch of people fucking dropped social.
Yeah.
And it was like, because I was looking at like, I was like, what am I fucking up? Because it's my business. And then I looked and it's like a bunch of them are just deactivated accounts.
Yeah.
Because people are just like, fuck that. At least for a month, fuck that.
Yeah.
And even though that's how I make my money, it's probably a good idea.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
And there's other avenues to grow and do stuff and all those things. And then you think about it's like as long as you have enough, you got enough, you're doing good, you're comfortable, you and your wife are good.
Yeah.
It's like, that's really what it is at the end of the day. It's like, and it's just people who try to take too much, and that's when you end up with like a Luigi Mangione fucking dude.
What do you think about all that?
I love it. Love it.
You do love it.
100% in.
You're like, do you think
million?
Luigi is do you think he is a sane person who had a really good idea, or do you think he fucking snapped and it may still just be a point that happens to resonate with people?
I think he was a sane person who like put together a perfect plan to fucking execute this thing. I don't believe in the like. So there's all these conspiracies about like it was a hit. He was supposed to blah blah blah. And I was like, no, I think he's just a dude who was like, fuck this, fuck what this is. And it resonated with so many people because people were like, yeah, fuck this. People don't want a lot. They don't want a lot. People want to be able to like have a house and have a family and not worry about if they get sick, not worry about if their food is fucked with, not worry about just is their kid going to get a safe education? Like very, very easy demands.
Yeah.
People aren't being like, I need a Lamborghini. Some people are.
Right.
Most people are just like, I just want to have like a little, like a little house and like a little life, and I want to be left alone.
And if you fuck with that, I will lose my shit.
Yeah, and
so
it's
that
like
you can have a Lambo.
You can't even fucking go to the doctor anymore. You can't go to the doctor, dude. Can't go to the doctor.
It is funny because I feel like I'm on my wife's insurance. We have like good insurance, and I'm still like, because I even when I go to the doctor, it still somehow ends up being hundreds of dollars here or there, and thankfully I can do that. But like for some people, you can't, so it's just like.
And it's crazy. It's like, why?
You came from Canada.
Yeah, where we have free healthcare, and people will bitch about the healthcare.
They do, because that's the thing that I hear from places that, because I've obviously never lived somewhere that has it, is they're like, sure, everyone has it, but it makes it impossible to get good care. Or if you really need something, you have to leave the country because like care is rationed.
That's not true. It takes longer, and specialized care can take longer to get.
Yeah,
because there'll be like a lineup of people, so some stuff can take longer to get. But it's like, okay, so people like, I went to the emergency and I waited 8 hours for them to see me because your thing wasn't urgent. Like if you have like a gunshot wound or you're an anaphylactic shock, they take you
probably
right in.
Take you to the front.
But and like, oh, it took me 8. Okay, it's like, well, how long does it take you to make $30,000? Like, it's like, is it gonna take you 8 hours?
Yeah.
No. So like, if we're fucking weighing the scales here,
right?
There's a clear benefit to having the free system. And it doesn't have to be the exact same. And if anything, if you're going to make this system America, tweak it and make it better. But there's just things like people just have had enough, I think. And it's just like, just let people live like a simple life. I want to be able to buy like a piece of pork and know that it doesn't have some weird shit in it.
Right.
Because you guys fucked with it. It's
right.
like, it's like that's an obscene ask? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
What the fuck?
And I have the thing that I have. I think what you're saying is completely correct, and I think that it has found a voice behind a candidate in administration that I don't think is going to do anything about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about the current like political state.
So on the Trump thing, as our Canada correspondent,
yes.
What do you think about Trump's plot for you guys to be the 51st state here?
I legit prognosis of the situation. This is just like high level trolling. I don't know what the goal is of this trolling, but it is. Trump is maybe the greatest troll of all time. He's got to be like top 5 greatest trolls of all time. And he knows, like, it's crazy how people still react to it. Because the way you kind of deal with the troll is like you don't look at the thing.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter.
It's hard when it's the president.
It's hard when it's the president, man. But that's what a troll, like, there's the rules of the internet.
Yeah.
And one of the rules of the internet is like, if a troll speaks, don't react. If you react, they win. It doesn't matter if you agree or disagree. It doesn't matter what you do. The goal of a troll is just to pull a reaction. So the only way you combat it is by ignoring it. Which, like you said, hard when it's the president. But this is like, it's such a clear troll job. But I don't know what the goal is. He usually has a goal with trolling, and I can't decipher what he's trying to get out of it.
That's the thing that's tough with him, is it's like, everyone used to go, this is a threat to the republic, it's a threat to society.
Yeah.
And that obviously ended up being, for some cases, not true, and for some things he was not very helpful for.
Yeah.
But I think now people have adjusted to him enough to be like, okay, he's fucking around, but some people still don't get it and go fucking crazy. And it is like, he's having fun.
He is.
Like, that is fun, and it is funny.
It is funny.
And I think that what he's trying to do ultimately is like emasculate Trudeau into a situation where he can just fuck with him in a negotiation. Like, I don't think he actually... It's not a serious proposal. It's simply not. But I think that when Trump looks at the U.S., he's like, or Canada, he's like, well, we're your fucking military.
Yeah.
We're most of your economy, although from what I understand, there are parts of the trade like timber and things that we absolutely need for building.
We do a lot of energy shit too.
Yeah. And so there is like an actual exchange, but a lot of it is you're benefiting from us. So if you're going to try and hardball me, I'm going to fucking pull your pants down and make you look like a bitch.
Yeah. And Trudeau resigned.
Yeah, Trudeau resigned.
Trudeau resigned, dude. Maybe he did bully him out of office.
What did you think about Trudeau? Because there was a time, he was kind of like Canadian Obama, Canadian white Obama. He was of that era.
He was cool
young
guy,
and thoughtful,
young,
and he would like go for runs, and people were like, "Oh, he's so dreamboat." And
by the end of his first term, people were like kind of fed up with him, but people didn't have the hate that they do now. The like leading into the end of his second term, people are like, "Fuck!" Like, we're so done.
All I can gauge is doing stand up, and like I would go and I'd be like, "You guys got Trudeau, huh?" And 2 years ago, I'm in Edmonton. I bring up Trudeau, and fuck him, fucking quit, like crazy.
Yeah, and Edmonton
Calgary,
for sure. Yeah.
Fuck him. Alberta hated him.
Alberta hates liberal no matter what.
Right, and that's all. And then you go to I would do the House of Comedy or whatever it is, the one that's in Vancouver, but it's like not quite. It's in New Westminster.
New Westminster. That's where I was born.
New West.
I was born in
You
New
do
West.
the club there?
I've never done the club there.
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. Lady spanked me up there last time I was there. I'm just toot my own.
Tell the wife about that one.
Oh, I posted it.
Yeah.
Before I put that one up, I was like, why don't you watch this clip before I... Thankfully, the woman was from your Wizards season.
Yeah.
But then I would like bring up Trudeau out there, and it'd be like, you get some people in the back, whatever.
No.
I went this year, and I brought up Trudeau in New West, and people were like, fuck him. And I was like, oh, he's cooked.
Yeah,
he was fucking done.
Yeah, like you would, like BC is notoriously liberal. They're actually, we have premiers. Our premiers are like, I think your governors.
That makes sense.
And they had an NDP premier, which is NDP is like our most left, like popular party.
Yeah.
It's like more left than liberal. They're like the NDP party. If they had gotten into the prime minister seat, we're going to get like free dentistry for the country.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Of course the taxes go up because of that, but that's how liberal they are.
Right.
But yeah, no, everyone hates him. And I think it's simply because of just like lack of action. Canada's in like a bad place right now. Like the housing situation is fucked.
Really?
Like, all across the country, housing is running out of control price wise, and there's no like way to solve it. The grocery prices are fucked.
So the inflation is worse than here.
I think
because the inflation certainly swung our election. To some extent.
Yeah.
And people just get mad at whoever's in office, even if they can't control. I mean, like, what is... Like, I'm always interested in the, like... People are like, we can't buy fucking eggs, buddy. I would imagine is what they would say up there. And it's like, what's the policy? Now, granted, that's your job as the president, but I'm always like curious. I'm like, what is the fucking policy?
I'm so politically unaware that I couldn't tell you, but I can feel the turmoil and what people are upset about.
And that's what I feel like a modern democracy is just like vibe checking.
Yeah.
Just like feeling where people are at.
How do you, and it's like they were passing bills and doing things that were so minuscule. Like a big thing people got pissed off about was they put tampons in the men's bathrooms to be like more inclusive. And I don't give a shit what anyone's opinion is on like the political side of that, but it's like, how many people does this actually help?
It's crazy.
Like, it's probably less than 100,000 people. I would guarantee it's less than 100,000 people that helped. How many people does it help fixing? All those people who would use the tampons in the men's bathroom, they're also having issues with housing and food. So let's deal with the big shit.
It's just such a signal thing. Yeah. And it's signaling on an issue that whether or not you believe in it is relatively unpopular amongst like the broad scope of people. And it's like, look, I believe in everyone's right to do whatever. And if you are someone who was a woman and wants to be a man, have a tampon.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be free. Why are we giving out free tampons anyway?
And what my big stance on it too is that we're all on the same side. Like, I don't care if you're Blue Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, you're LGBTQ, or you're homophobic, you're on the same side. You're on the same side. The Luigi Mangione shit. It's like that's the guy. We're all on the same. You remember how I remember seeing there's people who I don't necessarily agree with their content, but they'll sometimes show up in my algorithm. Yeah. They were like, no, that fucking ruled. Everyone was like, that fucking rules. People fucking with your food, buying up all the houses, fucking with your health care and all that shit. We're all on the same side.
There are a lot of real disagreements that manifest as like more of a fake division.
Yeah.
Like I even thought, so like I grew up, like growing up in California, like Bay Area is like a nice like neighborhood. Mm-hmm. And so initially when you'd hear things, I'd be like, are people mad? Like, am I rich? Mm-hmm. And then you find out what rich actually fucking is. Yeah. And you're like, I like grew up nice house, whatever. I'm sitting in that house going, yeah, fuck them.
Like, fuck that's those guys.
Because we are entering, I think, this is not my idea. I've heard it, but like we are heading towards a new like gilded age.
Yeah.
Because like the amount of money that some people have to do whatever the fuck they want with it,
should be
compared
terrified
to like what the average person has, it's just, I don't see that changing. Trump people feel like he's a voice for the people, but his policies are actually going to accelerate a lot of this sort of thing. And the Democrats aren't really that interested in tackling it either. And I don't really know what you're supposed to do because I don't
shoot him in the head, back of the head, in front of a hotel. Know about no, that's what you do. That's what you do.
I don't know if I'm there, dude.
Yeah. Oh no.
Well, I want to like let's say what if you pop next year and you make it? I was looking at the. Did you see the list of like the top 10 like touring comedians?
No.
Like if this comes out publicly, right?
Yeah.
And it's like who like what do you think Bargatze made this year on the road?
No clue. I know he just did a stadium.
Take
show.
a swing.
On the road?
1 year. Last year.
$20 million.
87.
$87 million.
What if that's you?
I mean,
you want to get shot in the fucking back because that's public information.
Even if you're making $87 million,
you're still actually
you're
not.
Not even.
You're
still
not.
On our side. You're still.
That is right. That is right. That
on our side.
Yeah.
You know how far away that is from $1 billion?
Yeah.
It's so far away.
Yeah.
You're still on our fucking side. That's
so. What do you think about Elon Musk? Because he's like caping as this like for the people sort of guy. He is the richest man, but he's like, I'm doing it for humanity. He buys Twitter. He claims it's for free speech. He's obviously, in my opinion, using it as just a political power tool against the U.S. government. He's fucking with Britain. He's just doing whatever, and he can boost his signal so everyone sees what he has to say.
I think he's unwell. Like he seems, when I see like the way he's acting,
he had a burner.
Yeah, he had a burner.
We covered it on this program. He finally came out and admitted it. By the way,
and that
he is Adrian Dittman.
Yeah, Adrian Dittman, and that he would like compliment himself on his posts.
Crazy, dude.
He seems unwell. Like I don't know how much of it is tactical versus like a man who's like kind of losing it and is in like the later stages of losing it. Like if he's fucking hitting the nitrous all the time, like I bet there was a time where he was kind of had it all together.
You think he's on nitrous?
I don't know what he's on.
Right.
But he's
on that
like,
yay?
What's that?
He's on that Yay
He's
program.
on that Yay program. Yeah.
We learned we're not going to discuss this. We learned a lot about Kanye. Yay, I should say. We learned a lot about Yay today. I'll just leave it at that.
But he seemed like, and he's also never, all the things like PayPal, the SpaceX, the Neuralink, all these things, he positions himself as like I made these.
Right.
But it's like, no, you bought these companies.
Yeah.
And like Twitter and stuff. And then every time he tries to get in a position of like, we need to do this technologically, the people are like, no, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like he seems like a good money guy.
Yeah.
Tesla too. Like he's a
Yeah.
good marketer.
Yeah.
But he doesn't make shit. He's never made anything.
Yeah, he's nuts. He strikes me as someone who I don't think he has friends.
No.
Like he has people who are around, but he definitely doesn't have like homies from back in the day that will just like he could just like obviously like he's working on important things. I value hard work and all that, but like it doesn't strike me that he's had a moment in the last like 10 years where he like sat and like just watched a movie with his like boys that aren't public figures that he wants nothing from. And I feel like that's unhealthy. I think, and this is why I pulled out my computer, I think a lot of these, a lot of the questions and like weird things that we wonder about people can come back to like very simply who they were. Mm-hmm. And Elon Musk is behaving like this guy.
Yeah,
that's who he is behaving like.
Yeah. That's
Don't
fair.
let the fact that he spent a lot of money and changed look, whatever, like that's what this guy would do.
Yeah,
he would be on Twitter. He would have a fucking fake account.
Yeah,
he would be making weird political points.
That is true. That is true.
He's a fucking dork.
I think I've said this before. We're in need of a Genghis Khan. That's who we're in need of.
Do you think so?
Oh yeah.
Is that why you used to try to fuck so much?
I need to embody the Genghis.
What do you mean by that? And I know you got to get out of here soon, so we'll wrap here quickly. But
Genghis Khan, he was all the little. I think they're called the people of the steppe.
Yeah,
there was all these tribes. Like there was like hundreds of tribes in this area, and we have tribes now. You have your Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter, whatever tribe you fucking subscribe to, you have a tribe, and they were all fighting amongst each other. Genghis Khan went, hey, we're fighting amongst each other. China's coming over and they're stealing our women, they're stealing our resources, they're stealing all our shit.
Right,
guys, team up. We're gonna run a meritocracy. He ran a meritocracy and then grouped everyone up and then fucked everyone else, especially when the people who were above them, when they start to get so lazy that when they started to encounter these people who had been working super hard, they got decimated by them.
So he combines the tribes to defeat China.
Yeah.
And then would you say he descended into chaos after that when he started conquering? You think it was all Genghis Khan was all good?
It was not all good, but it was all tactical.
Right.
It was all like we're taking everything.
Right.
We're taking it all. This is all ours now because no one can stop us. Because after we took
I think some people view Trump as that figure. I don't think it's to the like egalitarian end that you're expressing a desire for, but I think people on the right feel like that's what he's done.
But
with,
I feel like
disparate right-wing causes.
You need someone who's going to be like, hey, everyone,
Yeah.
Pay attention. We're all on the same side. This is the enemy. And we can all agree on that, and that's the thing that'll link us. Like when Genghis Khan would take over an area, he wouldn't force people to change to like Christian or Muslim or anything like that.
Right.
Because he's like, yeah, keep your religion. I don't give that. Don't give a shit about that.
Do your shit.
It was easier to conquer all of Europe than to convince a Muslim man to be Christian. Right. It's fucking easier, dude.
Right.
It's just like fucking take it all. But the main thing isn't so much about murder and decapitating people, but we're all on the same side. Hey guys, hey, we're all on the same team. Whatever your squabble is, you have it. Have the squabble. Stand next to a person who is homophobic and be trans and hate each other for that, but focus on this. I don't give a shit what your views are. Keep them, but focus on that.
Che Durena, everybody. Wow, I was not expecting a political statement out of you at all.
That's my one political statement.
Maybe you'll be that figure.
Maybe. We see there's a guy. We have a guy. Don't agree with me, but we can agree that they're wrong.
There you go. Plug whatever you want to plug.
Dark Holes with Che Durena. Go check it out. The specials it probably won't be out for a couple months, but keep your eyes open for the special. I'm on the road on tour right now. We're having I think maybe New Jersey. That's up in the air right now.
I heard that call.
Yeah. But we'll see. We got Baltimore and we got Philly and we got some other shit coming up soon too. Just go to CheDurena.com to check all tickets and tour dates, guys.
All right. Thank you, brother.
Thank you for having me, man. Fuck yeah.
So there it is. That's the interview with Che. Hope you enjoyed it. Check him out. Once again, see me on the road, joeyavery.com/live. Philadelphia tonight as of the release of this. Austin the week following, Atlanta and Nashville the week following that, Minneapolis the week following that. If you are Canadian, Canada, Calgary in February, and plenty more new dates there. Just announced Dallas. We have some other stuff coming through for 2025. Merch link is in the description. Please like and subscribe. I'll also put the new YouTube channel that's going to eventually host these, maybe starting episode 51. That's also in there too. Subscribe to that. But mostly thank you for your time. You have a lovely evening. Good night.
Thank God I have a podcast.